6:30. We're going to start our special meeting for September 23rd, 2005. Can you all raise and say the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Should be a little short meeting. The first one is public comment. We have first is Jessica Lederer. She's be able to speak now. She's listening.
Yes. Do you need to restate?
Yep, restate.
Okay, Jessica Lederer, 12630 North First Street, Greenwood. This seemed kind of like the perfect opportunity as a jumping off point to discuss just a few things with the town with the article that came out in the Seabird Star, I'm guessing sometime earlier today. I guess for the past few months, we've been hearing a lot about the audit. 2020 was done, 2021 was done. And here it puts that PSK identified several significant deficiencies and material weaknesses with the town's internal control, which was explained to be a problem in checks and balances that can lead to misstated financial reports. The significant deficiency serves as a weakness that can cause issues for the town's financial report. In there, it says can cause, not did cause. I would assume, fully knowing what that means, that if there was an issue that would have been addressed and not just a possibility, kind of like if I call a safety auditor to my house and say, hey, let me know, do an audit, and they say, well, if you don't deadbolt, somebody could walk in. So they're telling me what could happen, but not that something did happen. With that distinction, and also when you go into the Mayor Brandon Cessna opening discussion about a discrepancy in QuickBooks and the bank not actually being reconciled since 2023. And it goes into Luff & Associates, CPA from Milford, spoke to the council for an hour and gave a systematic breakdown of the various accounting problems the town is currently experiencing and how he and his associates are capable of solving the majority of the problems, and I guess it should be setting up and can set up safeguards in an attempt to keep the town's finances from being embezzled while also future-proofing financial reports. I watched the meeting and I thought this meeting was about taking a vote to actually hire them. So from this, it very much seems like they've had access to the accounts because they have already identified various accounting problems that the town is experiencing and that they're capable of solving the majority of the problems. If they haven't actually been hired, how did they look into the finances? Furthermore, if the accounts haven't been reconciled since 2023, council members and previous council members, I could be wrong, I've done a little bit of town business with the town. We have a business and council had to approve our business doing any work in the town, and then also to get paid, 2 council members had to sign a check. So I would assume that you guys are on the bank account. How would it not be reconciled for 2 years and council not notice that there was a huge discrepancy? I know that there's been one person who has been suspended for whatever reason. This kind of seems to be a big part of it. If that's it and the accounts haven't been reconciled and there's financial discrepancies, is everyone who is involved in the finances also being investigated or suspended? Let's say the person. Okay. That's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Hope I brought just a couple of points for you guys to think about. I appreciate it. And then watch the rest of home and then we can look at it.
Thank you. For the public comment section. Next we will go to new business. So we did go to have Mr. Luff & Associates be retained. The difference is that there was a retainer amount of $10,000 that was we were unaware of as council. To be noted, the $10,000 is completely refundable if we do not use all of that. substantial amount of money. We wanted to re-vote and see how everybody feels of having Mr. Luck with the current $10,000 retained.
I would also, Mr. Mayor, if you would allow, I'd like to put it on record that the $10,000 retainer is just our initial startup, and then the rates, which you graciously got for me, paraprofessional $75 to $110 an hour. I would assume that's per person because it wasn't listed.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Accountants $135 to $210 per person, and then partners $260 to $350 per person.
Yes, and he
Just to have that on record.
Yeah, on record. I think the only difference is because when we spoke with him last week, he said it was anywhere from $75 to $200, depending on who we're dealing with.
Yeah,
I think the partners is I don't think we'd ever have to deal with the partners, but he wanted to give the full price breakdown of everything that we had, so it's still matching the numbers. That the same numbers are still there from what we had discussed prior. The only thing is the $10,000. Now all those hourly rates are going to come from that $10,000. Any ones that we use, it's not $10,000 down, and then we're paying the hourly.
Yeah, correct.
So it's $10,000 what we put down as a retainer, and then they're going to use that $10,000 for whatever services they need. And if they get done what they need to, then there's balance left, we get that money back. So it's just an upfront of $10,000 to cover that from the get-go. So.
Okay, and there's also, to be put on record, that cannot come out of the transfer tax
Yeah.
fund. It has to come out of the general or something along those lines, just as a matter of record.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
Just a quick question. I know he was here and I should have said something back then, but now that it's been in the paper and I'm waiting, has he seen our books to get his answers or he just speculating?
His
He is not-
statements were based on the PKS presentation.
Okay, so that's where he was getting his
Yes.
information from. He saw, listened to her presentation, what
Yes.
we went through, and came up with his own assumption of
Yes.
what's going on and just kind of gave us a roundabout ballpark.
Yes.
So at this point, Mr. Luffer and none of his firm has had any.
No access. We have not given him access whatsoever. He was going to have access on the previous Friday, but then because of the $10,000 retainer,
Correct.
he has had no access to our books whatsoever. I'm pretty sure, just like Rhiannon said, it was based off of what the remarks from PKS, because PKS delivered first
Right.
one, and he was listening to that. That was his remarks on that because the results that PKS has found, he strung off that. But he has seen none of our none of our
Okay.
Okay.
Rhiannon, what's our the old sewer account called again?
It is now called the expense fund.
Expense fund, thank you. I was trying to remember, want to call it that. There's 80-some thousand sitting in it, if memory serves.
So the last update I had on it, and I need to talk to somebody about getting online access to the accounts, but was August 25th, I believe it was the end of August, and there was 89,000 in there then.
Okay. We could pull from that,
Instead of the general fund.
yeah.
Yes.
Would we want to check with Mr. Sharp before we make that?
I can do that.
Okay.
Sure. I think
That's
the
fine.
only biggest issue with this, there's so many stipulations to that reserve fund. I don't think the rest have as many, but I will check with you to make sure that we can.
What was the name of that again? It's expenses now?
It's the expense.
Expensive.
Memory serves me, Mayor, there is no stipulations on that particular account.
Okay.
I mean, if one can go to get pizza using that account, one would assume that we could do something like this as well.
Okay.
Because that's just a leftover from the 343,000 that you had from the sewer levy that they were pulling from to help offset, maintain costs. If the water side needed some extra funds, I think they were pulling it from that to help fill that project or whatever. So there's really no, like Mr. Donovan said, there's no stipulation
And we
on
don't-
how to use it.
I just want to confirm, I'll confirm with you, Sharp, and so I think we should, I would agree that we will do that.
Until it's gone, use it until we don't have it, then we have to come back to the table and but that is not costing any taxpayers any money. You know where that money was coming from because you no longer have the sewer, the county has that part. So you're not losing any money out of your general fund and keeps you afloat and still moving forward on your day-to-day operation.
Understood. Anybody have any more discussion? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to pay Bluff and Associates out of the expense account, the $10,000 retainer, and any additional costs.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Donnie seconds that. Let's vote. Mr. Nelson, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Massey, how do you vote?
I feel the retainer's a bit high, so I will be voting no.
Mr. Massey says no. I vote yes. Mr. Moran?
Yes.
And Mr. Donovan?
Yes.
So that's a fair count. 4-1, that passes. And why we're so loud now is because we need to have a reaffirmation of our employment attorney. So when we first had the employment attorney, we had a motion by Mr. Nelson, a second by Mr. Donovan. However, the records did not show what Mr. Nelson or Mr. Donovan voted, whether it's yes or no. So I need to open the floor again. We need to make a motion one way or not to have the attorney and leave them to vote in it. So,
I make a motion that we have the employment attorney, I forget what his name was,
Anthony Delgado.
Anthony Delgado as our town employment attorney.
Delgado.
That's-
Anthony Delgado.
There you go.
Do I have Mr. Moran made that? Do I have a second?
Second.
Now, let him,
Mr. Nelson seconds it. Mr. Nelson, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Massey, how do you vote?
I will hold mine at a no.
I will, and so Mr. Massey's no. I vote yes. Mr. Moran, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Donovan, how do you vote?
yes.
4-1, that is
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
motion by Mr. Moran, second by Nelson. How do you vote, Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Massey? I vote yes. Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Yes.
Donovan?
Yes.
Adjourned.
If they heard anything, it was yes.
Yeah, right. We're just gonna make